Hi, Math Champions. Have you wondered how the people who travel in ships on the sea, how they find out their distance, how they talk about the distance? Because you see this side, that side, every side is just water and water and water. And then how do sailors really get to their destination? Of course, you must have heard about the compass that they use, which shows the north, south directions and things like that. But still, would that be enough for them to travel in this direction? Because on land you can see one tree, one building. Based on that also you can say, okay, this is the proper route, this is not the correct route. You can figure out like that. But on an ocean, it is so vast body of water that everywhere it is water. How do you really find out? And even if you use the compass, how much degree should I tilt my ship or turn my ship? Sorry, not tilt, turn my ship so that I can reach my destination. So there also we use angles, right? But then angles on a with reference to a north is called as bearing, basically. Okay, just an angle will not help me, because angle always has one reference arrow, a reference ray, and then from here it is 60, means you can say it is 60, right? But then on an ocean, you cannot have one such reference line. But the reference line that is usually taken is the north, right? That is what our compass shows. So, angles with the reference to north is called as bearing. You'll understand more about it when I explain the thing, right? Now, what is a bearing? Okay, to understand that, let's take 2 points. Let's say here is a point A and here is a point B. Okay, and I want to know the bearing of A from B. Okay, bearing of A from B. Then when I say from B, I want that. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to first draw a north line. North line for this. This is the north. Okay. And then from this, and I go in the clockwise direction. I go measure the clockwise direction till the line which connects the B and A, which connects the B and A. That means from the north of the B, from the north line till A, in the clockwise direction, how much ever is the measure, that will be the bearing of A from B. Now, if you see, it's going to be in reflex angle. Reflex angle, I assume this entire inside one is approximately 70 degree. So 360 is a complete angle, right? 360 minus 70, that is going to give me a 290. That is the bearing of A from B. Now let's talk about a different thing, right? Like bearing of B from A. If I have to talk like that, what will it be? From A, when I say, I have to draw a north line at A. Okay, this is the north at A. From A, when I say from A, I have to draw north at A. Okay, from this north, from A, right? From this, I have to come in the clockwise direction and to the line joining A and B, right? The line joining A and B. That, if you see, this north and this north is parallel. So as such, this and this is going to be this angle and this angle are going to be co-interior angles. If you have learned already about the parallel lines, you will know about that. Otherwise, also you just can take a protractor and measure this angle. And if you measure that, you will get to know that it is it is going to be 110 degree. Okay, 110 degree. This is what is bearings. This is what is bearings. Okay, now let's do one more problem based on whatever we understood, and then let's see whether we can proceed in further our problems. Okay, let me take a little complex problem, and so that you can um, understand about it. Okay. Okay, match champions. Here's a question here. Okay, the question says the bearing of C from D is 040. And one more thing I forgot to tell you, that whenever we say the angle, whenever we talk about bearing angle, it's always a three-digit number. Even if it is a two-digit like 90 degree, you will have to write 090 and degree. You'll have to mention three digits anyhow, even if you get a two-digit as a degree angle. Okay. So, bearing of C from D is 40 degree and bearing of C from E is 260 degree. Whenever I say from D, from E, you have to know that that is where I'm going to draw my north. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take D here. Okay. I'm going to take D here. This is my D. And from D, because I'm saying, I'm going to draw a north. North means directly, vertically upwards, right? This is a north. And they're saying it is at 40 degree, right? That means from here only I have to measure, right? So I take a protractor, I measure 40 degree and I know the angle. I can also keep a measure also. Let me use the protractor. Uh, Give me a second. Yes, I'm going to use the protractor here. Okay. Okay. So keeping it here, so my 40 degree is coming to be here, this place. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to draw a line of 40 degree and the C, what I'm talking about, can be anywhere here. See? The C can be in any place on this line. I don't know where it will be. So I'm just going to draw a longer line. I'm going to extend. C can be on any place here. Next, I'm going to say, next I'm going to do the next one, bearing of C from E. So I'm going to take a point E here. Anywhere I can take. Let me take this as E here. And I know I need a north here. So I'm going to write vertically one line called north. Okay, this is the north for this D, this is the north for E. Okay, now it says it's 260 degree. 260 degree means I know vertically downwards is going to give me 180 degree. Correct? It's going to be 180 degree. We'll take a different color and write the vertically. This is going to be 180 degree. Right? 180 degree. And now 180 plus 80 is going to give me a 260. So I'm going to use the protractor now. I'm going to use the protractor now. Okay. Okay. So when I'm doing this, plus 80 means the point comes here. Okay. So this line is going to be my 260 degree from E. From E. The bearing of 260 degree from E is here and bearing of 040 degree from D is here. So the C should be on this line as well as this dark pink line, light pink line, dark pink line both. And the one point that is there is this one. So this is going to be my C. So marking that point on the map, I have completed. Correct? Okay. I have shown you what is bearing and how I've used that to find out how to mark on the maps, right? That also we can do, right? This is one of the applications. This is where you use protractors, angles, and the concept of bearings. Okay, I think you found this interesting. Go ahead and solve some problems on bearings to understand and get used with that concept a little bit. Then I'm sure you're going to master that topic as well. Okay, see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye, my champions.